Hello, everyone. Welcome back to AndroCoder. This is part 2 of HTML Crash Course. I will provide the link of part 1 in comments. In today's video, we are going to learn about HTML tags in detail. But before we dive into the details, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss any of our coding and web project tutorials. Let's jump right in. First of all, what we read in the Part 1 HTML tags is our HTML attributes. Inside HTML tags, along with tags, there are attributes. Attributes meaning some property associated. Attribution uses more information to the dark. Now, as we saw the paragraph tag, this is the opening tag. This is the closing tag. They have told us that we are going to write a paragraph. But let's say we add extra information. Like in this paragraph, what things we are going to write, what font size our text will be, what color our text will be, red or blue. Well, these things should be defined by CSS, but we also define them with the help of HTML. We're not doing it here like an example. We have told from the HTML tag that the HTML document writer and our root element will be. But in this, we added an attribute lang equal to in. The meaning of this attribute is language, in which language we are writing the code, that is, English. Now, the part here, we call it an attribute. So this is our complete HTML tag, and inside it, we have written an attribute. What is the name of the attribute? Attribute, lang. Attribute means language. The language we are using is English. In the same way, and with many other attribution different syntax, we can use. Now this attribute, on the left side, there is the name of the attribute, and on the right side, we write its value, which could have been Spanish, Hindi, etc. But here it's English, and the value of this attitude can be written in single quotes as well. That is completely valid and can also be written in double quotes. That is also completely valid because by default, it's written in double quotes. In strings, for many languages, we are following double quotes in our tutorial, so your mind will get single quotes. It feels more comfortable. If you're coming from a Python-like background, then please feel free to do that next. We will talk about a very important tag, till the heading. Whenever we need to give a heading inside a document, we use the heading within HTML. Now, HTML age used to display heading in extremely now heading tag used to display heading in HTML. Now we have 6 heading tags, H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. These are all tags in different sizes. H1 size, which is bigger, then from that it gets smaller level. And this size, whose size is the biggest, it is used for the most important heading. Just like we use H1 for writing the most important things, we will use H6 for writing the least important things. Let's take an example and see it within our code. We used to do this for the paragraph. Then for our text, we write the H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6 tags first, then write our heading inside it. Let's save this. Now let's see it once. So here is our court where the heading 1 is the biggest, then comes heading 2, and then heading 3. In this way, importance is decreasing for the headings. One mistake that many students make here is when they have a large text, what will they do? They will use the heading 1 for a heading, whereas for small text size, they will use heading 6 or heading 5. We should not do this because we can define the size. We can specify the font size. We should use heading to show the importance of our text. We should never use it for size. When we are building a website, the ranking inside it matters. Which web page Google will show above, which below, it searches for that. The website, the web page, what is its main heading? What is its topic? So, if we have a main topic, we will give it a big heading to display. If we use heading for increase and decrease the size of paragraphs, then Google will think you have paragraphs as a main topic, so it could affect your ranking. So don't do that. Use heading to always show more important things with bigger headings and less important things with smaller headings. The font size property is for size. Now the next thing we will talk about is our anchor tag. Anchor tag's work is to link 2 pages. We write the anchor tag. Inside anchor tag, we write href attribute, which means our link. We've given the link of any website. Now, instead of the link, what will be displayed for us, and then closing tag, we will do this and see it, so it will be better understood. Sometimes we have web pages with links to other websites, and we create anchor tags for them. To create an anchor tag, we write an A tag and provide the link URL. For example, we paste the link for google.com in the anchor tag. By linking to Google, we're adding value to our web page. We write the anchor tag with the href attribute. This is our attribute to Google, and we've added the link in the ref value. When users visit our web page, they will see a link to Google. Clicking on it will take them to the Google page. The anchor tag allows us to link two different web pages from our website. We can link to external websites or our own pages using the anchor tag. For example, within our HTML tutorial folder, we can create a new file named hello.html and add code to it. Clicking on the link will open the hello.html page for us. Similarly, within the index.html file, we can use the anchor tag to link to the hello.html page. This way, we can link different pages together within our website using anchor tags. Now, here we have used two types of links. When we use a link to another website like google.com, we call them absolute links because they link to a different website. But when we take a link from our own website, like using hello.html within the, and then link to it using a /, we call it a relative link. We use a / because both the hello.html and index.html files are within the same folder. For instance, let's say we have created a hello folder inside the HTML tutorial folder. We place our hello.html file inside this folder, and then we link it using hello.html within the hello folder. Now, within the index.html file, we need to change the relative link to /hello/hello.html. By saving and running it, the hello page will open for us. Using this approach, we can create links within our own website, moving from one page to another seamlessly. Absolute links are used for external websites, while relative links are for linking within our website's pages. It's important to use / appropriately in relative links to ensure correct navigation. And just like we saw with images, we can also add beautiful images to our web pages using the img tag. You are right, we can display beautiful images on our web pages and include them using the image tag. The image tag uses the src, source, attribute to specify the image link. Here, you need to provide the path to your image in the src attribute, and you can also give a description of the image in the alt attribute. This description is shown to users if the image fails to load, or for some other reason it is not displayed. By displaying images in this way on your web page, you can make them more appealing. Along with making images attractive, enhancing your page's design and improving the user experience can be achieved as well. In this as well, we can provide relative URLs. You can use absolute URLs too. This means that if you want to display an image that is already available on the internet, or if you have an image in your Google Drive folder, you can provide the link here. However, if you want to avoid relying on an external link, you can also place the image inside your project folder and provide a relative path to it. This way, even if the internet connection is not available or the external link changes, your web page will still be able to display the image. The alt tag provides alternative text for an image. It gives us the ability to specify an alternative description or name for our image, which we can place within the alt attribute. This is useful for accessibility purposes, as it allows screen readers and other assistive technologies to provide a description of the image to users who may not be able to view it visually. For example, now we add an image to our folder inside the HTML tutorial directory. Now we will go to the index.html file, use a relative URL for source. In other words, we'll write / and then the name of our image or body.jpg. After making these changes, we save the file. When we refresh the page, the same image should be displayed for us. One thing to notice is that our text is small throughout the web page, but the image appears quite large. In this case, we can resize the notebook image. For resizing, we can use the height attribute. If, for example, we set its height to 100px and preview it, we can see that the notebook has become smaller. We can adjust the height and width attributes of the image. However, it's advisable to set only one attribute at a time to maintain the aspect ratio of the photo. It's best to use CSS to adjust specific attributes like height and width, along with any other styling changes we want to make to our website. CSS has the magical ability to transform things, such as changing the size or appearance of elements like text and images. It's always good practice to use CSS for adjusting attributes in HTML. Now let's move on to our tag. The tag is used to create a line break or next line effect. We have previously used it here, and it's useful for bringing separate elements onto separate lines. The tag is an empty tag, meaning it doesn't have any additional attributes or content within itself. It creates a line break wherever you place it, ensuring that content after it appears on the next line next. Let's talk about bold, italic, and underline text. We have written a lot of content in different parts of our web page, including paragraphs, headings, and even within images. But sometimes we need to highlight certain content, like within Google Docs or Microsoft Word. What do? We show some parts of the text in bold within a paragraph, which is important. Some parts we underline, show in italics. Similarly, we have tags. In HTML, for formatting all that, it is used to highlight text. In between, whatever we write becomes bold. Just go down and see what happens. Our text becomes bold. Adding a line break here makes the bold text appear for us. Similarly, for italics, if we want to underline, we use the unit tag. Underline is done. We can also write tags inside tags. Like if we want to write a paragraph, suppose we want to write this paragraph, and inside it, we want the first sample paragraph to be underlined for us. So in between, we'll write. And between that, we'll insert our sample paragraph. So the paragraph tag was there. We inserted our underline tag within it, and then inserted it. The rest of the content is saved, and let's see. So all this paragraph is displayed for us. But in the starting sample paragraph, you can underline different words within the same paragraph, underline in some places, italicize in some places, can bold in many places. Next, let's talk about big and small tags. These are used for big text, small text. Like if we write back here, this tag shows big text. See? Text, and then write small, save and run it. So what happens is that with the help of the starting text, a very large text will be displayed, meaning the font size of big and small text will be in big and small. So for large text, you can use the big tag. For small text, we can use the small tag. Next, let's move on to HR tags. HR tag is a horizontal ruler. Now, what does it do? The work of the horizontal ruler is to separate. Whenever we need to horizontally separate content, we need to add space in between, so we use the horizontal tag. Like here, between big text and small text, let's add a little space. So what do we put in between? HR is placed here, big text is up, and this tag is shown below small text, and a space is added in between, and with space comes a line. So the ruler is a scale within English, meaning the ruler signifies a scale, which whenever you need a line between different sections of text, which divide different sections, you can use the ruler there. Like if we put the tag within our different sections, so our entire web page has been divided into different parts. Don't forget to subscribe to the Andro Coder channel and turn on those notifications so you can stay up to date with our coding tutorials and exciting web projects. Thank you for joining me today, and until next time, happy coding. That's a wrap for today's video. If you found this information helpful, don't hesitate to give us a thumbs up and leave your comments down below. Share this video with anyone you know who's interested in learning coding on their mobile device. As always, stay curious, keep coding, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.